On today's video, I want to share with you a proven follow-up system that helps us convert more buyer and seller sales. Everyone, I wanted to share with you a great conversation I had with a very small group of agents this past week, and the topic was on lead follow-up. And I went around the room and was just talking about what their biggest frustrations were, and what they were actually doing to follow up on some of these internet leads that they had. And some agents would call once or twice. Other agents tried a couple times, left messages, and no one returned their phone call. And what I realized after I heard everyone speaking is that they didn't have the right expectations as to what exactly the averages are on lead follow-up. And stats show that the average buyer sale takes about 366 days. In other words, from when a buyer hits the internet to when it actually converts to a sale is actually closer to 366 days. A seller lead is even more. It's about 440 days. So with that being said, I share with them the expectations that they needed to know. And what I told them, and this is a stat that's been around for a long time, on sales, that 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. That means that you have to reach out to a contact a minimum of between 5 and 12 times before that contact or that lead turns into an appointment and then eventually into a sale. And some of these agents that I was talking to, and not only them, but there's other agents that I've spoken to in the past that treat those leads as if they were like a referral. If you know someone and they know, like, and trust you, or they were referred by someone else, you know you're going to call them, they're going to call you back. And if you receive 10 leads, you'll probably get 9 phone calls back. That's not true when you go more with the colder traffic of internet leads. You may call 10 people and only get 1 phone call back. So the reality is, if you know that 80% of sales are made this way, we put a great follow-up system in place many years ago that have helped hundreds of agents across the country. We call it the 3-4-12, and I wanted to share that with you today. So whether it be a Zillow lead, a Trulia lead, a Realtor.com lead, internet leads that you receive from any other source, you have to have a good follow-up. And we all know the fortune's in the follow-up. So what you need to do is you need, speed to lead, right? You need to call that lead. They say within the first 5 minutes, you have a better chance of converting that lead to an appointment than you do if you waited, say, an hour to call that. So in our office, what we want to do is that we want to contact that lead the first time. We want to be able to contact that person in the first 5 minutes. And if we can't do that, we want to reach that lead or reach out to that lead 3 times in the first 72 hours. So we're going to be calling that lead, we're going to be texting that lead, we're going to be emailing that lead 3 times in that first 72 hours until we're able to reach them. Now, if we don't reach them, we don't want to be stalkers, and knowing the expectations and knowing that that buyer could be at that 80% that's down the road leads, then we're going to go ahead and push that off now. Once we can't get a hold of them, we're going to push them off to 4 times once a week, right? I'm sorry, 4 weeks, once a time for 4 weeks. So that means that 3 times in the first 72 hours, once a week for 4 weeks. So now that's 7 contacts, right? And if we still don't get a hold of that person, do we just get rid of that lead? Most agents are already out of it. No, what we do is we go ahead and reach that person and reach out to that person once a month for 12 months. So if you look at the total of this, think about it. 3 times in the first 72 hours, 4 times once a week over the next 4 weeks, and then once a month for 12 months. That's 19 touches. Think about all the leads that you receive. If you were able to reach out to those leads 19 times, you're going to have a much better way of converting them. This is a great system that you could put in place. Every lead that comes in, you can actually set it up as a plan, as we do in our top producer, so that as soon as that lead comes in, those dates are already there, and we're going to keep hitting them. And then once we hit them, then there's a whole other follow-up system that we do. But don't give up on those leads, and definitely implement this 3-4-12. Very easy to do. And I guarantee you that if you follow this proven system, you will convert more buyer and seller leads to appointments that will result in great sales. So I hope you like the content of this video. Scroll down below, wherever you're watching this, leave a comment, and give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. And if I can ever be of help to you in your real estate business, please give me a call and be more than happy to help.